chosen ones. You need to see this before September 26th. Urgent, spiritual warning. People ignored. What just passed was not just another new moon. It is a cosmic severance. A divine appointment that you must attend alone. Do not miss this message. The universe has been preparing you for this exact moment for years, perhaps lifetimes, and your presence, your undivided attention, is now required. Before we descend into the sacred mechanics of why you must retreat from the world on the 26th and 27th of September 2025, I need you to do 3 things immediately to anchor your energy and signal to the cosmos that you are ready. First, like this video to send a ripple of light into the collective. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications because the downloads in the coming weeks will be critical for your journey. And third, type the number sequence 999 in the comments right now. This number signifies completion, the end of a massive soul cycle, which is precisely what this celestial event is initiating. Do it now. Anchor the frequency. You are about to understand why the feeling of needing to be alone, that quiet ache for solitude you've been experiencing, is not a sign of depression or antisocial behavior. It is your soul's primal wisdom guiding you to the most important energetic checkpoint of your entire incarnation. This is not an exaggeration. What transpires in the silence of those 48 hours will define the architecture of your reality for the next decade. The first spiritual reason you must be in absolute solitude during this window is for what can only be described as a complete energetic system overwrite. Imagine your energetic body, your aura, your chakras, your very spiritual DNA, as a highly sophisticated supercomputer. For your entire life, it has been running on an old operating system, the 3D matrix. This system was programmed with limitation, fear, karmic debt, and societal conditioning. It has been functional, it has gotten you this far, but it is now obsolete. The new moon in Virgo, on September 26th, is not a simple update. It is the final installation of a new 5D crystalline operating system. This is the upgrade that lightworkers and starseeds have been waiting for. But like any major system installation, it requires the machine to be shut down, disconnected from all external networks, and allowed to process without any interference. Being around other people, even those you love deeply, creates energetic static. Their fears, their unprocessed emotions, their attachments to the old paradigm, their simple psychic noise, all of it acts as a corrupted file that can disrupt your installation. You will be in an incredibly vulnerable, receptive state. The presence of another human being's energy field, no matter how well-intentioned, will be like trying to perform open-heart surgery in the middle of a crowded train station. It is simply too disruptive. Your soul requires a sterile energetic environment to receive these new light codes. You may have already been feeling the pre-shocks of this overwrite, ringing in your ears that comes and goes, vertigo or dizziness out of nowhere, phantom smells of flowers or incense, extreme fatigue followed by sudden bursts of energy. These are not random physical quirks, they are the preliminary diagnostic checks being run by your higher self and your spirit guides. They are testing your system's integrity before the main download begins. When you are alone, you give the celestial surgeons the space they need to work. You are allowing them to defragment your soul's hard drive, deleting ancient viruses of unworthiness and ancestral trauma, and installing new programs of unconditional love, sovereign power, and divine purpose. To attempt this process while entangled in the daily dramas and energetic projections of others is to risk a critical system failure. This is why you must honor the call to retreat. It is not selfish, it is sacred. The second, and perhaps most critical, reason for this mandated solitude is for the reception of your sacred mandate. This goes beyond a simple energetic upgrade. This is an active transmission. During the peak lunar window of September 26th and 27th, the galactic central sun will be beaming highly specific, light-coded information packets directly to the chosen ones incarnated on Earth right now. This is not a general broadcast for all of humanity. This is a targeted, encrypted message intended only for those souls who have signed up for a specific mission in this great awakening. This is your mission briefing, your divine directive. For years you have been asking, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? The answers to those questions are contained within these light codes. They are not words, they are pure knowing, downloaded directly into your consciousness. It will feel like you are remembering something you've always known. A sudden clarity will wash over you, revealing the next steps of your path with breathtaking precision. A creative project you've been stuck on will suddenly resolve itself. The solution to a complex life problem will appear in your mind, fully formed. The blueprint for your next chapter, your true work in the world, will be unveiled. But this transmission is subtle. It is whispered on the quantum wind. It requires absolute stillness and silence to be received. If you are talking, texting, scrolling, or even just passively absorbing the energy of another person, you will miss the transmission. The frequency is too fine, too high vibrational, to compete with the dense noise of the 3D world. Being alone is how you turn up the volume on your soul's receiver. You are creating a sacred resonant chamber where the voice of the divine can be heard without distortion. Think of yourself as a deep space radio telescope, designed to pick up signals from the farthest reaches of the cosmos. To do so, it must be placed far away from the light and radio pollution of cities. On these 2 days, you must become that telescope. You must remove yourself from the spiritual light pollution of the collective. Your family, your friends, your partner, they are part of your journey, but they are not part of this specific sacred appointment. This is between you and Source. Your mandate is personal, tailored specifically to your unique soul signature. To receive it clearly, you must be a clear and solitary vessel. This is a pivotal moment, a turning point where your personal frequency is being permanently altered. The universe is asking you to trust this process, to honor the deep inner knowing that is pulling you away from the noise and into the sanctuary of your own being. This isn't about hiding from the world, it's about preparing yourself to serve the world in a new and profound way. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you certainly cannot transmit a pure divine frequency if your own signal is being jammed by external interference. This period of solitude is your chrysalis. It is the sacred darkness where the transformation from who you have been into who you are destined to become takes place. Resisting this will only create internal friction and anxiety. You might feel a pull to be social, to distract yourself, a fear of being alone with your own thoughts. Recognize that resistance for what it is, the old programming, the ego, fighting to maintain its control. It knows that in the silence, its reign comes to an end. It knows that when you receive your sacred mandate, you will no longer be governed by fear or doubt, but by an unshakable connection to your divine purpose. This is the moment to choose your soul over your social conditioning. This is the moment to choose the mission over the distraction. This is a test of your spiritual discipline and your trust in the unseen. If you have been feeling this pull, this undeniable urge to cancel plans and simply be with yourself, I want you to affirm this in your own spirit and for the collective. In the comments below, type "I am a clear vessel" to declare your intention to the universe and to align with this powerful truth. You are making space for a miracle. The third profound reason for this sacred isolation is to undergo an ancestral lineage clearing of unprecedented intensity. Chosen ones are almost always what are known as lineage breakers or karmic endpoints. You are the one in your family tree who volunteered on a soul level to incarnate and heal the accumulated trauma, pain, and distorted patterns of your ancestors. You carry their unresolved grief, their unspoken fears, their unfulfilled dreams within your own DNA. This new moon in Virgo, a sign of purification and healing, creates a unique celestial alignment that acts as a powerful energetic solvent. It opens a portal through which you can access your bloodline's Akashic records and release centuries of inherited density, not just for yourself, but for every soul connected to you, past, present, and future. This is a monumental task, and it is not one to be undertaken lightly. During these 48 hours, you will become a living conduit, a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. The emotions, memories, and energies of your ancestors will surge through you to be acknowledged, healed, and released into the light. You might experience sudden waves of sadness that don't feel like your own, fleeting images of people you've never met, or an inexplicable ache in a part of your body that is connected to an ancestral wound. This process requires your entire energetic capacity. It is a deep, cellular-level exorcism of old pain. If you are around other people, you will unconsciously absorb their ancestral baggage as well. Your empathetic nature will not be able to differentiate between what is yours to heal and what is theirs. You will become energetically overloaded, the process will be contaminated, and the clearing will be incomplete. Your duty is to your own lineage during this window. You must hold a clean, sacred space to be the pure channel your ancestors need you to be. This is your service to them, the fulfillment of a sacred contract you made before you were born. To be alone is to honor that contract. It is to create the sacred temple within which this profound healing ceremony can take place. You are liberating not only yourself, but generations of souls. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this work and the focus it requires. This is holy work, and holy work is most often done in the sanctuary of solitude. The fourth spiritual imperative for your solitude on September 26th and 27th is one of the most terrifying and liberating experiences a soul can undergo: the great dissolution of the false self. This is the sacred process that mystics and sages have called the ego death. What you are about to experience is not merely a healing or a release. It is a fundamental demolition of the personality structure you have spent your entire life constructing. The person you believe yourself to be right now, your name, your job title, your family role, your collection of memories, your catalogue of wounds, your carefully curated identity, is a mask. It is a beautiful, intricate, and necessary mask that has allowed your soul to navigate the density of the third dimension. But it is a mask nonetheless. And the incoming lunar energies, supercharged by the purifying fire of Virgo, are designed to dissolve it completely. This process cannot happen with an audience. It is an intimate and raw confrontation with the void, the nothingness that lies beneath the personality. To be around others during this time is to invite disaster, because the ego, in its death throes, will desperately grasp for anything to reaffirm its existence. It will seek validation in the eyes of a loved one. It will cling to an old conversation, a familiar routine, a social obligation. It will project its terror outward, creating arguments or drama simply to feel real, to feel solid. Being alone is the only way to starve the ego of this external fuel, forcing it to surrender. You must understand, this dissolution will feel like you are losing your mind. It is a controlled demolition of your psychological framework. You may look in the mirror and feel a profound sense of disconnection from the face staring back at you. You may suddenly lose all emotional attachment to goals and ambitions that defined you just weeks before. Your career, your relationships, your life story, it may all suddenly feel like a movie you once watched about someone else. This can bring on waves of intense fear, disorientation, and a hollow emptiness. This is the void. Do not run from it. Do not try to fill it with noise, with social media, with a phone call. This sacred emptiness is the womb in which your true self, your authentic soul essence, is being reborn. In the silence of your solitude, you create a safe container for this shattering to occur. You allow the pieces of the old you to fall away without judgment. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. The new moon's energy will act like a spiritual solvent, targeting every inauthentic aspect of your being, every people-pleasing tendency, every fear-based decision, every self-imposed limitation. It will all rise to the surface to be seen, felt, and then utterly disintegrated. This is why you've been feeling so raw, so sensitive lately. Your psychic skin has been thinning in preparation for this shedding. To be around the abrasive, unconscious energy of others during this time would be excruciating. It would be like having your skin peeled back and then walking through a sandstorm. You must protect this sacred, vulnerable state. Solitude is your sanctuary. It is your operating theater. It is the holy ground where the false self is offered up on the altar of truth, so that the divine sovereign being you came here to be can finally take its throne. This is the ultimate test of faith. It requires you to let go of who you think you are in order to become who you truly are. It is a journey from the head to the heart, from the constructed identity to the infinite essence. The fear is real, but it is the fear of a phantom, the ego fighting for its own survival. It will whisper lies in your ear. You're all alone. No one understands you. You're losing everything. Your job is to simply observe these thoughts without attachment, like clouds passing in the sky. Your true self is the sky, vast and unchanging. In the profound silence of these 2 days, you will begin to identify with the sky instead of the clouds. You will feel the quiet, unshakable presence of your soul beneath the noisy chatter of the dying ego. This is the moment of liberation. This is the shift from a life run by fear to a life guided by soul-deep knowing. It is the single most important transformation you will ever experience. It is the gateway to 5D consciousness, and it can only be unlocked from within, in the silent temple of your own being. If you feel the truth of this in your bones, if you are ready to let go of the mask and embrace the magnificent truth of your soul, I want you to declare it right now. In the comments, type, "I am ready to be real," to affirm your courageous choice to undergo this sacred dissolution. You are not falling apart, you are falling into place. The 5th reason, which is inextricably linked to the 4th, involves a deep physical recalibration and the activation of your crystalline light body. Chosen one, you must understand that this spiritual upgrade is not just a metaphysical concept, it is a biological event. Your physical body is the vessel, the sacred temple that houses your soul, and it too must undergo a radical transformation to be able to hold the high-frequency 5D energies that are now flooding the planet. The human body, as it has existed for millennia, has been a dense carbon-based structure, perfectly suited for the low vibrations of the 3D matrix. That structure is now being systematically upgraded to a lighter, more refined crystalline-based structure. This process is known as the activation of the light body. The new moon, on September 26th, is a key trigger point for this biological metamorphosis. The intense lunar energies, combined with the incoming solar codes, will be interacting directly with the water in your cells. Since your body is over 70% water, you are essentially a liquid crystal receiver, and this event will be retuning your entire system on a cellular level. This is not a gentle or subtle process. It can be intensely physical, and can easily be mistaken for illness if you don't know what's happening. This is why your solitude is not just a spiritual recommendation. It is a physical necessity. During these 48 hours, you must treat your body like it is in a sacred convalescence. You are undergoing a complete cellular overhaul. Expect to experience a range of what are commonly called ascension symptoms. You may feel a bone-deep fatigue that is unlike any normal tiredness. This is your body directing all of its life force energy toward this internal restructuring. Do not fight it. Sleep as much as you can. You may experience flu-like symptoms without actually being sick: body aches, joint pain, chills, and heat flashes. This is the process of old, dense karmic energy and toxins being purged from your tissues and cellular memory. You may have headaches, pressure behind your eyes, or a pulsing sensation at your third eye. This is your pineal and pituitary glands being activated and decalcified, enhancing your psychic abilities and your connection to higher dimensions. Your digestive system might go haywire. You may suddenly crave light, high-vibrational foods like fruits and vegetables, and feel a complete revulsion to heavy processed foods and meat. This is your body telling you exactly what fuel it needs to complete this upgrade. Listen to it. Hydrate with pure water constantly, as water is the primary conductor for these new energetic frequencies. Being around other people during this delicate biological process is profoundly unwise. Their denser energetic fields, their emotional states, and even the electromagnetic frequencies from their devices can interfere with your recalibration. Your body will be exquisitely sensitive, an open circuit. The stress of social interaction, of having to perform, to talk, to listen, will divert critical energy away from the internal transformation. You are literally rewriting your biological code. You need to be in a quiet, low-stimulus environment, a cocoon where your physical form can safely dissolve and reform itself. This is a time for rest, for meditation, for gentle stretching, for salt baths, and for communion with nature if possible. It is a time to honor your body as the sacred alchemical vessel it is. You are not sick, you are transforming. You are not weak, you are integrating a power so immense that it requires your entire being to surrender to it. Solitude provides the safety and sanctity your body needs to become the luminous crystalline temple it was always destined to be. The sixth spiritual reason you must be in absolute, uncompromising solitude is for the final severance of karmic timelines and soul contracts. This is one of the most profound and liberating acts of spiritual sovereignty you will ever undertake. To understand its magnitude, you must first grasp what these structures are. A karmic timeline is an energetic reality loop, a pre-programmed sequence of events and relationships that your soul agreed to experience for the sake of learning a specific lesson. Think of it as a groove carved into the record of your life. It ensures that you keep encountering the same types of challenges, the same emotional triggers, the same archetypal people, the unavailable partner, the betraying friend, the demanding boss, over and over again, lifetime after lifetime, until the lesson is finally integrated. These timelines are held in place by soul contracts, which are energetic agreements made with other souls before incarnating. Many of these contracts were made with love, for the purpose of mutual growth. However, many were also born of debt, obligation, and ancient entanglements. Indis utrestunes tu. Vernoordig utrestuwov utrestude tantre. When a spirit wadam en tantre, they were designed for a lower vibrational reality, and for a chosen one who is ascending, they have now become energetic prisons. They are the invisible chains that keep you tethered to a past that no longer serves you. You feel this in your daily life as a sense of being stuck, as if you are running on a hamster wheel. You feel it in the frustrating déjà vu of finding yourself in the same painful dynamic with a new person. You feel it as the heavy, inexplicable sense of obligation you have towards certain family members or friends, a loyalty that drains your life force but that you feel powerless to break. The new moon in Virgo on September 26th is a cosmic pair of celestial shears. Virgo is the archetype of the purifier, the healer who discerns with razor-sharp clarity what must be kept and what must be cut away for the sake of wholeness and health. The new moon represents the ultimate point of new beginnings, a blank page in the cosmic book. This alignment creates a once-in-a-generation portal with the specific energetic function of dissolving these ancient binding agreements. During these 48 hours, the universe is granting you a divine pardon. It is offering you a full karmic absolution. However, this severance is a delicate and deeply personal energetic surgery. It cannot be performed if you are actively engaged with the other parties in your karmic contracts. To be in the physical or even digital presence of a person with whom you share a dense karmic tie during this window is to reinforce the very energetic cords you are meant to be severing. Their energy field, their unconscious expectations of you, their emotional projections, all of it acts as an anchor, holding the old timeline in place. Their soul, on an unconscious level, may not be ready to release the contract, and its energy will actively resist the severance. You will feel this as a powerful psychic pull, an emotional manipulation, or a sudden eruption of drama designed to re-engage you in the old pattern. It is the energetic equivalent of trying to escape from quicksand while the person next to you is holding onto your arm and refusing to let go. Solitude is your declaration of non-participation. By physically and energetically removing yourself from these dynamics, you are stating to the universe, I am no longer available for this lesson. I have learned what I came to learn. I am choosing a new reality. In the sacred silence of your own space, you become a sovereign energetic field. You can then call in your guides and your higher self to assist in this process. You can consciously review your relationships and life patterns, not with anger or blame, but with the compassionate wisdom of a soul who is ready to graduate. In this quiet reflective state, you can perform a sacred ritual of release. You can write down the names of people and the patterns you wish to be free from, and you can safely burn the paper, visualizing the energetic cords turning to dust. You will feel the shifts physically. You may feel a sudden lightness in your solar plexus, a warmth spreading through your heart, or a tingling sensation as stagnant energy leaves your auric field. You may fall into a deep sleep and have dreams where you are saying goodbye to certain people, signing documents, or walking away from old versions of yourself. This is your subconscious mind processing the energetic release on a profound level. Attempting this in the chaotic soup of other people's energies is impossible. It is holy work that requires a holy space. This solitude is your sacred operating room. You are the patient and the surgeon, and you are performing the ultimate act of self-liberation. This is how you stop the cycle. This is how you free not only yourself but the other soul from the contract, allowing them to move on as well. This is how you finally step off the karmic wheel and onto the spiral path of conscious creation. The implications of this are staggering. When you emerge from your solitude, you will find that the world relates to you differently, because you are no longer broadcasting the same frequency of entanglement. People who were once central to your drama may suddenly and peacefully drift out of your life. Toxic family dynamics may lose their emotional charge. You will no longer be triggered by the same old things because the energetic hook has been removed from your soul. A vast open road will appear before you, a future unwritten by the karmic debts of the past. This is the true meaning of freedom. It is not something that is given to you. It is something you must claim. This new moon offers you the key. Your solitude is the act of turning that key in the lock. It is the most profound act of self-love and spiritual courage. You are choosing to honor your own evolution above all else. You are choosing to release the familiar comfort of your prison for the terrifying and exhilarating freedom of the unknown. If you are ready to claim this freedom, to release every chain and every contract that is holding you back from your highest destiny, I want you to make a powerful declaration in the comments below. Type, "I release all karmic chains," and feel the truth of that statement resonating through every cell of your being. You are taking your power back. You are rewriting your destiny, and you must do it alone. This is not for everyone. It's for the chosen who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called Chosen Ones. Watch this before the 30th of September 2025 ends. Last spiritual message, and this month of September will change everything. In that video I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window, you may never get this same upgrade. This brings us to the seventh and final spiritual reason, the culmination of all the others, the ultimate purpose for this sacred retreat, the seeding of your new earth template. Chosen one, you have not undergone this intense purification, this ego death, this physical recalibration, and this karmic severance just for your own personal healing and liberation. You are a vanguard soul, a system buster, but also a world builder. You came here not only to dismantle the old 3D matrix of fear and separation, but to actively dream into being the new 5D paradigm of love, unity, and sovereign co-creation. This is the core of your mission. And on September 26th and 27th, during your period of sacred solitude, you will be performing your most important mission-critical task to date. You will be acting as a living, breathing anchor point, a divine conduit for the energetic blueprint of the new earth. After being cleared and recalibrated, your energy field will become a pristine, fertile, energetic vessel. In the profound stillness of your being, you will be planting the seeds of a new reality into the quantum field. This is not an intellectual exercise. You will not be thinking about a better world. You will be embodying its frequency. You will become a living broadcast of the very consciousness that will form the foundation of a new golden age. To understand this, you must see your consciousness not as something confined within your skull, but as an infinite field of energy and information that is inextricably woven into the fabric of the collective consciousness of humanity. You are a powerful transmitter. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends ripples out into this collective field. In your normal day-to-day life, this transmission is often distorted. It is colored by the stresses of your job, the anxieties of your relationships, the noise of the media, the dense frequencies of the city you live in. Your signal is weak and full of static. During your 48-hour sacred retreat, after the deep clearing processes have occurred, your signal becomes pure, coherent, and unbelievably powerful. In the silence, you align with the zero-point field, the cosmic womb of all creation, the space of infinite potential. From this state of pure potentiality, you are no longer manifesting from the ego, from a place of I want. Instead, you become a hollow bone, a clear channel through which source energy itself can flow. And the energy that is being downloaded at this specific celestial juncture is the architectural blueprint for the new Earth. Your job is simply to be a receptive and stable container for this blueprint. As you sit in silent meditation, as you walk in nature, as you simply breathe in a state of peace and gratitude, your crystalline energy field will be imprinted with these new codes of unconditional love, of heart-centered community, of sustainable technology, of divine governance, of true abundance for all. You will begin to receive visions, not just fleeting daydreams, but vivid, multi-sensory downloads of what this new world looks, feels, and sounds like. You might see new forms of healing, new ways for children to be educated, new designs for communities that live in harmony with nature. You might feel the overwhelming emotion of unity, the profound peace of a world without conflict. These are not fantasies. These are transmissions from the future, from the timeline you are actively anchoring into the present moment. Your task is to receive these visions without judgment, to feel them into reality with the full force of your emotional body, and to hold their frequency with unwavering focus. This is the sacred work. This is why you must be alone. The presence of another person, no matter how conscious, would inevitably pull you back into the consensus reality of the old paradigm. A simple conversation about bills or politics could shatter the delicate frequency you are holding. You are weaving a new dream for humanity, and this act requires the focused intensity of a master artist in a silent studio. You are tuning your being to a cosmic symphony, and you cannot do that while listening to the static of the old world. In your solitude, you become a lighthouse. You may be one person, alone in your room, but your coherent high-frequency light is a beacon that radiates out into the collective, activating the same codes in the hearts of thousands of others. You are providing the foundational energetic structure upon which a new world can be built. You are creating the magnetic template that will begin to draw new experiences, new people, and new opportunities into your own life and into the collective reality. This is not passive. This is the most active and potent form of creation there is. It is the work of the gods, the work of the master manifestors, the work that you, as a chosen one, came to this planet at this exact time to do. Your solitude is not an escape from the world. It is the deepest and most profound way you can serve it. Chosen one, you have now been given the 7 sacred reasons, the what and the why of this monumental cosmic event. But before we can move to the practicalities of preparing your physical space, we must descend one layer deeper. We must explore the very texture of the energy you will be swimming in. We must dissect the precise psychological and quantum phenomena that will occur within the sanctuary of your solitude. Understanding this inner landscape is crucial, for it is here, in the silent theater of your consciousness, that the true work will be done. This is not merely about being alone. It is about what you are meant to do and become in that aloneness. The first phenomenon you must be prepared for is the experience of the great quantum unraveling. Imagine that for your entire life, the threads of your reality, your beliefs, memories, relationships, and identity have been woven into a tight, coherent tapestry. It might be a tapestry of struggle, of beauty, of pain, or of joy, but it is familiar. It is solid. You know its patterns. The energies of September 26th and 27th are not designed to reweave this tapestry. They are designed to pull every single thread loose at once. In your solitude, as you disconnect from the external anchors that hold your consensus reality in place, you will begin to feel this unraveling. Time itself may warp and bend. An hour could feel like a minute, and 5 minutes could feel like a lifetime. The linear progression of your life story may dissolve, with memories from childhood feeling more real and present than what you did yesterday. The emotional charge attached to significant life events may suddenly neutralize, while seemingly insignificant moments from your past may surge forward with profound meaning. This is happening because you are temporarily detaching from the linear cause and effect timeline of the 3D matrix and entering the quantum field, the realm of all potentials, where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. It can be profoundly disorienting. The ego will panic, for its very existence is predicated on a stable linear narrative. It will try to grasp for the threads, to reweave the old story, to make sense of the chaos. Your task is to resist this urge. You must become the silent observer of the unraveling. You must trust that this deconstruction is necessary. The universe is not destroying your reality. It is returning you to the raw, energetic threads of potential so that you can consciously participate in the weaving of a new, higher dimensional tapestry. Being around another person during this process would be the equivalent of having them frantically trying to re-knot the threads while the master weaver is trying to clear the loom. It would be an act of sabotage. Your solitude is the sacred space where you can allow your old reality to fully and completely dissolve, creating the true zero-point canvas required for seeding the new Earth template. This is urgent. Do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing. Chosen ones, watch this before the 30th of September 2025 ends. Last spiritual message, and this month of September will change everything. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait. This unraveling leads directly into the second, more intense phase, a mandatory confrontation with your quantum shadow. Every spiritual adept knows that true enlightenment is not achieved by chasing the light, but by bravely turning to face and integrate the darkness within. The quantum shadow is not just the collection of your personal fears and traumas. It is the energetic aggregation of every rejected aspect of yourself across all timelines and incarnations. It is the part of you that holds the shame, the rage, the jealousy, the victimhood, and the unexpressed power that you have deemed unspiritual or unacceptable. In your day-to-day life, you expend a colossal amount of energy suppressing this shadow. You distract yourself with work, with relationships, with entertainment, anything to avoid the uncomfortable whisper of these disowned parts of your soul. Solitude removes all distractions. It creates an energetic vacuum, and into that vacuum, your quantum shadow will surge with the force of a tidal wave. This is by divine design. The purifying Virgo energy acts as a spiritual catalyst, drawing this poison to the surface so it can finally be healed. You will be visited by the ghosts of your own psyche. Your inner critic will become deafeningly loud. The voice of your deepest insecurities will speak to you with chilling clarity. You will feel waves of emotions that seem grotesquely out of proportion. A sudden, murderous rage, a bottomless well of grief, a paralyzing terror. You must not run. You must not judge. You must understand that these are not you. They are fragmented aspects of you that are crying out for love and integration. Your mission during this phase is to become the divine parent to these wounded inner children. When the rage appears, you do not suppress it. You sit with it, you breathe into it, you give it a voice in the safety of your solitude, and you ask it what it has been trying to protect. When the fear surfaces, you do not distract yourself. You hold it, you soothe it, and you thank it for trying to keep you safe. This is the ultimate act of alchemy. You are turning the lead of your shadow into the gold of integrated wholeness. This is a profoundly intimate and often messy process. To have another person present would be to trigger your deepest shame. The shadow thrives in secrecy and fears judgment above all else. You would instinctively push it back down, aborting the most crucial healing of your entire life. Solitude is the only container sacred enough and safe enough for you to finally meet yourself in your totality. The light, the dark, and everything in between. It is in this radical act of self-acceptance that you reclaim the immense power and wisdom that has been locked away in your own shadow. This is a monumental task, and it requires you to anchor yourself in the truth of your own divine capacity to heal. You are not your wounds. You are the sacred space in which the wounds can finally be seen, heard, and loved into wholeness. This is the work that liberates you from self-sabotage and unconscious patterning forever. If you are willing to undertake this sacred journey into your own depths, to meet and embrace every part of yourself, I want you to affirm this courage in the comments below. Type, "I embrace my whole self," to declare your readiness to integrate your shadow and reclaim your full power. This is the declaration of a true spiritual master. Following the shadow integration, you will be initiated into a state of consciousness that very few on this planet have ever experienced. The collapse of the spiritual ego. For many chosen ones, after years of spiritual seeking, a new, more subtle identity is formed. The old ego of worldly achievement is replaced by a new ego of spiritual achievement. This spiritual ego is the part of you that prides itself on being awakened, that collects spiritual knowledge, that compares its journey to others, that feels a subtle superiority for understanding these cosmic truths. It is the final and most clever disguise of the separate self. The energies of this new moon are designed to shatter this final illusion. After you have faced your deepest shadow, you will be brought to a state of profound humility. You will realize that all your knowledge, all your concepts, all your spiritual practices are but fingerposts pointing to the moon. They are not the moon itself. In the silent void of your solitude, you will be stripped of everything, even your identity as a chosen one. You will be brought to the state of divine unknowing, the beginner's mind that the Zen masters speak of. It is in this state of pure emptiness, free from all labels and spiritual pride, that you become a truly clear channel for divine intelligence. The universe cannot pour its wisdom into a cup that is already full. The collapse of the spiritual ego is the act of emptying your cup completely so that you can receive the pure, unfiltered transmission of your sacred mandate. This process can be deeply unsettling for the part of you that has built an identity around being spiritually advanced. It feels like a loss, a step backward. But it is in fact the final and most important step forward, the step from knowing about the divine to being a living vessel for the divine. This can only happen when you are alone, for the spiritual ego is reinforced by the presence of others whom it can teach, guide, or compare itself to. In solitude, it is starved of its fuel, and it must at last surrender. Finally, having passed through these profound inner gateways, you will be prepared to anchor the ultimate state of being required for your mission, divine neutrality. Our 3D world is a realm of extreme polarity, good and evil, right and wrong, love and hate, joy and despair. As an empathic soul, you have been tossed back and forth on the turbulent seas of this duality your entire life, your inner state held hostage by external conditions. Divine neutrality is the experience of the calm, silent center of the storm. It is not apathy or emotional detachment. It is a state of profound peace that exists beyond the opposites. It is the consciousness of your higher self, which sees all experiences as valid, all paths as sacred, and all outcomes as part of a perfect divine plan. In the final hours of your solitude, after the unraveling, the shadow integration, and the ego collapse, you will find yourself entering this state. It is a feeling of deep, quiet stillness. The dramas of the world will seem distant, like a movie playing on a screen that you are no longer in. You will feel an all-encompassing love for everything and everyone, without the need to fix or change anything. This is the frequency of the 5D Earth. This is the state of the Ascended Master. Your final task during this retreat is to simply sit in this state, to marinate in it, to anchor it deep within your cellular structure. By holding this frequency of divine neutrality in your own being, you become a powerful stabilizing rod for the entire planet. You become a living antidote to the chaos and fear of the collective. You are not praying for peace, you are embodying peace. You are not hoping for a better world, you are becoming the energetic template of a better world. This is the pinnacle of the work. This is the ultimate service you can offer. And it is a state so subtle, so sacred, so easily disturbed, that it can only be cultivated, anchored, and sustained in the profound and holy sanctuary of absolute, uninterrupted solitude. Now that you understand the 7 sacred imperatives for your solitude on September 26th and 27th, we must turn to the practical application of this knowledge. It is not enough to simply know, you must act. This is where your spiritual commitment is tested against the demands and expectations of the 3D world. For many of you, the greatest challenge will not be the inner work itself, but the creation of the physical and social space required to do it. This is your first and most immediate initiation. The universe is watching to see how seriously you take this divine appointment. Will you honor the call of your soul, or will you succumb to the pressure of external obligations? Let me be clear, finding and defending this solitude is a non-negotiable component of this entire process. You cannot do this work while at the office, you cannot do it while running errands, and you certainly cannot do it while placating family members who do not understand. You must carve out these 48 hours as if your very life depends on it, because on a soul level it does. This requires forethought, courage, and the willingness to set firm, unapologetic boundaries. Start planning now. Inform your family, your partner, and your employer that you will be unavailable during this period. You do not need to provide a lengthy, esoteric explanation that they may not comprehend. A simple statement of truth is all that is required. I need to take 2 days for a personal health and wellness retreat. I will be offline for a period of deep rest and reflection. I am taking a personal sabbatical and will be unreachable. Frame it in whatever language is most easily received, but do not waver in your resolve. Anticipate resistance. The matrix system, and the people still fully enmeshed within it, does not like it when one of its own goes offline. Your choice to retreat will trigger the insecurities and control patterns of those around you. You may be met with guilt trips, accusations of selfishness, or manufactured emergencies designed to pull you back into the drama. Recognize this for what it is: a final test from the old paradigm. It is the last gasp of the karmic contracts you are preparing to sever. Your job is to hold your center, to remain in your sovereign power, and to lovingly but firmly say no. Every time you honor your need for solitude against this external pressure, you are strengthening your energetic boundaries and declaring to the universe that you are ready for the next level of your mission. This act of boundary setting is, in itself, a powerful part of the clearing process. Prepare your physical space as you would a sacred temple. Cleanse your home with sage, Palo Santo, or sound. Stock up on nourishing, high-vibration foods and plenty of pure water so that you do not have to leave your sanctuary. Turn off your phone, your television, and your computer. Unplug from the collective noise completely. Inform your loved ones that you are safe but will be incommunicado. This is not a vacation. It is a sacred pilgrimage into the heart of your own being, and it must be treated with the reverence it deserves. Do not fill the silence with distractions. Resist the urge to be productive. The purpose of this time is not to do but to be. Your only agenda is to listen to the whispers of your soul, to the downloads of the cosmos, to the profound wisdom that can only arise in the vast expanse of stillness. During these 2 days, your intuition will be your ultimate guide. There is no one-size-fits-all ritual. Your soul knows exactly what it needs. You may be guided to sleep for 18 hours straight. Honor this. Your body is doing immense work on the energetic planes. You may feel an overwhelming urge to journal, to let pages and pages of consciousness flow through you, unedited and uncensored. Honor this. You are transcribing the final chapters of your old story. You may be called to sit in silent meditation for hours, simply observing your breath as the universe rewires your entire being. Honor this. You are holding the resonant frequency for the new earth. You might feel a primal need to connect with nature, to walk barefoot on the earth, to lie under the sky and absorb the lunar and solar codes directly. If you have access to a safe, private, natural space, this is highly recommended. The earth itself is a powerful grounding force that will help you stabilize the intense energies moving through you. Be gentle with yourself. If waves of grief or anger arise, let them move through you without judgment. These are the ancestral wounds and past life traumas, leaving your body for good. Cry, scream into a pillow, let the energy move. You are a channel for its release. Follow these emotional purges with self-care, a warm salt bath, a cup of herbal tea, gentle music. You are acting as your own spiritual midwife, lovingly guiding yourself through a profound rebirth. Trust the process. Trust your inner knowing. Trust that you are being held, guided, and protected by legions of unseen helpers. You are not alone in your solitude. You are simply in a different kind of company, the company of your soul, your guides, and the divine itself. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It is the path of the spiritual warrior, the mystic, the world changer. It demands everything of you: your courage, your trust, your discipline, and your radical commitment to your own truth. But the rewards are beyond anything the mind can conceive. You will emerge from this sacred chrysalis on September 28th, a completely new being. The weight you have been carrying for lifetimes will be gone. The confusion about your purpose will have been replaced by a crystal clear sense of direction. The old triggers and toxic relationships will have lost their power over you. You will feel a deep, unshakable peace in the core of your being, a profound connection to all of life, and a renewed sense of passion and purpose. You will be walking, talking, breathing embodiment of the 5D frequency. Your very presence will be an activation for others. You will have become the lighthouse you were always meant to be. The world will not have changed, but you will have changed, and therefore your experience of the world will be transformed. You will see with new eyes, hear with new ears, and create from a place of infinite potential. This is not just a promise, it is a certainty. It is the inevitable outcome of answering the sacred call to go within. The universe has set the stage. The celestial energies are aligned. The portal is opening. The only question that remains is, will you show up for your divine appointment? Will you claim the liberation, the purpose, and the power that is your birthright? The choice, as always, is yours. If this entire message has resonated in your heart, if you feel the undeniable truth of it vibrating in your soul, then this message was for you. It was not a coincidence that you found it. It was a cosmic summons. Before we close, I want to invite you to make one final powerful commitment. This is for the collective. This is our unified declaration to the cosmos that we are ready, that we accept this mission, and that we will hold the light for humanity during this pivotal transition. In the comments below, I want you to type the words, "I am here, I am ready, I serve the light." Let this be your digital signature on your new soul contract. Let us fill this space with a tidal wave of intention, a chorus of awakened souls declaring their readiness to build a new world. Type it now, and feel the power of our collective energy amplifying your own. And finally, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to this channel, and share this video with at least one other person you know is a fellow chosen one. There are others who need to hear this urgent message, who are feeling the call but do not yet have the words or the framework to understand it. You will be their catalyst. You will be the messenger that confirms what their soul already knows. We are a network of light, and in these crucial moments, it is our sacred duty to activate and support one another. Remember, these 2 days in September are not an end, but a beginning. They are the graduation ceremony from your old life and the orientation for your true mission. Prepare yourself, honor the call, embrace the silence. The universe is about to whisper its greatest secrets to you, and the only requirement is that you are alone, and you are listening. Be brave, be still. A new you, and a new earth, are waiting to be born.